Yeah.
Okay. Now, another question is they would like to ask, you had a strong dissent in the Kohang Kokoko levy case, no? And you mentioned gross negligence of the council.
Yes.
And I remember right, it's not part of the question, and I remember right that you wanted to remand the case to the Sandigan Bayan
Yes.
for further trial because you believed then that the government council did not do its job. They should have asked for a period to present their evidence. No? And then
I believe that the counsel for the government gave away the case.
So anyway, the question now is this. No? If you are now the CJ, would you allow a revisit of that case? That case, because it's already decided by the Supreme Court, no?
But
On the second motion.
That's already final.
That's
how can you revisit a final decision? You go back to the old flip-flopping charge.
Yeah. That's why we call him Mr. Immutability. Now, there is another question. I don't know if you're familiar with Cayetano versus Monsod. I think this is about practice of law. Who is a lawyer in the practice of law. Now, given the criticisms on the Supreme Court's credibility and members' competence, I think he was referring to, I do not know. I don't know. I do not know what his point in asking this question. But the question is, given the criticisms on the SC's credibility and members' competence, would you consider revisiting Cayetano versus Monsod? Do you agree with the premise? The premise is, given the criticisms on the SC's credibility and members' competence. Do you agree with that premise? Because if you do not agree with that premise, then you do not need to answer the question.
Your Honor, the immutability...
What did you say, Your Honor? You are recording my vote?
The immutability principle says that after finality, the court divests itself of jurisdiction over the case. And no court, not even the Supreme Court, can revive that decision. That decision is already entombed. So wala na tayong magagawa riyan. It may be an erroneous decision, for as long as there was jurisdiction over the case, then that decision will remain as it is.
Jurisdiction, or probably when the judgment is void.
Yeah.
You will agree with me?
Yeah, if
And
the
a question of
judgment is void.
If the judgment is void, and there is a question of jurisdiction, then you may allow a revisit of that decision. On that note, Justice Art, I am through.
Marami pong salamat. Marami pong salamat sa inyo lahat.
Thank you, sir. Liton Hua. Dr. Liton Hua.